My name is Dr. Debra Lewis. I am the Program Director for the Masters in Business Administration, the Masters of Science in Human Resource Management, and the Master of Science in Leadership at Trident University. My credentials are that I have a PhD in Organizational Behavior from Cornell University, an MBA from Southern Illinois University, and my bachelor's degrees in psychology from University of Texas at Austin. The way that I came to Trident it's kind of a funny story, actually. At the time I was teaching at the State University of New York at Buffalo, and I was thinking about making a career move. It was a good time for me, and I got a call from the then Dean of the College of Business Administration at Trident, and he asked me if I would be interested in working for an online university. Well, recall that this was 2003, and online was not a very common form of delivery for higher education. And there was a lot of skepticism at the time about what the quality of online was, and was it equal to bricks and mortar, and questions of that nature. And my first reaction was that he had to be kidding, that that this would be a real career breaker for me. And I said, I didn't really think I was interested. And he said, well, just come out and take a look at the university, and we'll pay for you to come out, and all we want is a day. And I was in Buffalo, and it was January, and he was offering me a free trip to California, and so I said, sure. And so I came out and took a look at the university, and I was amazed at what I found. I met some of the most innovative, exciting faculty I had been around in years. They were excited about the work they were doing. They felt like they were pioneers, that they were breaking ground, and it was a dynamic and fast-moving and exciting place to be. Within 3 hours, I was on the phone with my husband, and I said, honey, what do you think about moving out to California? So that's how I wound up here, and I've stayed I guess it's going to be 12 years in May, and it was the best move I ever made in my life and in my career. Well, I think what's exciting about teaching online is that when you compare it to teaching at a bricks and mortar, I personally had been teaching at a bricks and mortar for quite a few years. I had taught at Carnegie Mellon, and I had taught at SUNY Buffalo for probably about 13 years total. And teaching in a bricks and mortar means that you pull out that same set of notes semester after semester and deliver the same lecture over and over and over again. And you can more or less do it in your sleep after a while. It becomes very routine. Online, on the other hand, you're creating classes in real time. Instead of using textbooks that are out of date by the time they get published, you're putting things online that just came on the internet the day before, or the week before, or the month before. It's very current, it's very fluid, it's very changing, it's very fast-paced, and you can change up the courses as events occur. And in terms of writing new cases and bringing new examples into the classroom. So I found it to be very, very dynamic, as opposed to what had become a more static type of teaching in a bricks and mortar. I think the biggest advantage to online education, particularly for an adult student or an older student, is the freedom that it gives you and the control that it gives you over how you consume your education, if you will. In a bricks and mortar, you have to be at a specific place at a specific time, and you have to build your schedule around that. For an adult, our lives are not always that predictable. Things happen with our jobs, with our families, and we're not always able to be in a specific place at a specific time. So if you're online, you can access your course. If it's not convenient for you to do it at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night, you can do it at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night, or at 5 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. So it just gives you that much more freedom and that much more flexibility and control over your own time.